It's been a somber week for our nation after this weekend's shooting in Las Vegas. The tragedy reminded us of a quote from the mother of Mr. Rogers, who said, "In times of tragedy, look for the helpers." It's the first responders. Back in February, a motorcycle versus pickup truck crash in Rapid City was more than a routine traffic accident for police officers and paramedics. That's because the first responders to the scene found one of their own was the victim. Rapid City firefighter-paramedic Robert Rendon was in the street off of his motorcycle and in a dire situation. Now, I was at the scene that day, and I specifically remember speaking with a police department spokesman. Without sharing Rendon's identity, he said the victim was in rough shape. The next day, we learned Rendon's injury required the amputation of his right leg below the knee. But 8 months later, and with the help of a prosthetic leg, Rendon is back to full duty at Station 1.
Being in the business for so long, when I did go into shock, it eventually put me into work mode, and it was definitely weird being the person that everybody was treating.
For the Rapid City Fire Department, Rendon's return to work was never a matter of if, only a matter of when.
I've never had any doubt that I was going to come back to work, and neither did they. And I think that helped me get back to work sooner than most anticipated.
The 10-year veteran was back on the chalkboard at Station 1 Wednesday morning, his first scheduled full-duty shift since February 14th, when leaving the Sherwin-Williams paint store on West Main Street. Rendon was hit by a driver headed the opposite direction. In an engine, we drove past the accident scene Wednesday, which Rendon says still makes him anxious. But for his first day back, it's only fitting that the man whose life was saved by first responders was back on the ambulance as a paramedic.
Have given of myself 100% at this job because I truly love the job. I am a person that believes in improving your community. It's something that I was taught by my mom, and this job was what I picked as a way to do that, and it is near and dear to my heart.
The journey Rendon endured just to get back to work,
my name's Robert,
was anything but easy.
All the little things that I've had to adjust just from losing the leg, on top of adjusting how I do things sometimes, climbing a ladder, walking up steps, things like that you don't normally think about that are just a normal everyday function. I actually have to think about now.
An already physically demanding job, now tougher for Rendon. Every step with his right leg now lands with one of two prosthetic legs meeting the ground, either his everyday fit or one made specifically for structure firefighting, built directly into his boot. It takes him about 30 seconds to switch legs should a call come in, a task he's been training for.
Truly, a lot of my body makes up for losing that one part. So the physical fitness part, I think, has increased just so that I'm able to do my job, so others don't have to worry about me being able to do my job.
But Rendon couldn't officially return to duty until passing the department's standard physical fitness exam. He did so Thursday, proving he's capable in strength, stamina, and endurance. It was inevitably an emotional high point for Rendon.
I laid on the floor and I cried for a little bit, and it was just such an emotional, happy time for me that there was nothing else for me to do other than that. So I was glad that he left the room and gave me some time to myself.
An important milestone met, with many more still to come.
The job itself is where the challenge is going to lie, in doing it repetitively for 24 hours straight, sometimes 48 hours straight. That'll be the real challenge.
A pretty awesome story. We, like many of you at home, have been following his story the whole way, so it's awesome to see him come back and see all the outfit changes. It's a busy day this morning for him on his first day back.